Okay, let's talk motivation. Why did this guy do what he did? Well, first of all, we have to understand the context. There is no understanding motivation without understanding context. I have particular insight into this case, and if you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned, you'll see definitively that I'm going to describe his motivation better than the news well or anyone else or the court. What is the context? It's a society that's unfair, that is instrumental in causing 9 million people to starve to death in the world every year. Okay, over 3 million children. The United Nations themselves have reported that over 10,000 children starve to death, okay, every day. And why? Everyone knows foreign policy. We've all seen movies that spell it out to a T. Now, the person who did the shooting, okay, it looks like a white guy. He's kind of a little bit Jewish looking. Okay, well, we'll get to that. You do not have to be someone who sees himself as the major people suffering, the main people suffering in the world, to be mad at things. We'll get into that. Bear with me. Let's take the case of females first. In life, we see all kinds of attractive females. There's swimsuit magazines, movies, car ads, porn, all kinds of stuff. And we see people say stupid things like, she's out of your league. We grew up hearing that they say, okay, money isn't everything, right? Judging by looks alone is shallow. So we want women to be attractive, and we want them to be beautiful inside. We want them to have character. There is no conforming to society and having character. It cannot be done. One has to expose evil rather than take part in it. The Bible says the same thing. It says, have nothing to do with the works of evil. Rather, expose them. In Paul's letters, expose evil. But we don't see people doing that. And we see women dating the people that do not do that. Okay, the most. The main corporate, we hear corporate greed, Occupy Wall Street, the top 1%. Okay, bosses who are control freaks. 1 in 5 CEOs is a psychopath. Okay, but they still say she's out of your league. Now imagine if you put somebody and you showed them all the girls that broke in a room and showed them all the girls that ever broke his heart. She was out of your league, pal. What were you thinking? It's like, fuck you, man. It's not like that. No, she was out of your league, you bitch. And we started pressing him about it. We'd expect him to lash out and start to want to hurt somebody, right? So you say, well, how's this connected to the shooting? You're a dumbass if you don't know how this is connected. It's called background stressors. This guy's main motivation has to do with background stressors. We see a gay agenda in society. Okay, it also affects homosexuals themselves. Gay people are some of the most victimized people of the gay agenda. Gays in prison get beat down. We see LGBT relationships have higher rates of domestic violence. Okay, they're beating each other up. They're flipping out. Okay, they like to blame the mainstream context of society, not accepting them. Well, we see people with all kinds of rainbow flags on their social media sites historically. Okay, there was a point when they were celebrating Pride Month or whatever. Everyone, their mom had a rainbow flag. They're going out of their way to accommodate them. Okay, and that didn't really change things much. So it's the madness. So there's females already. We can look at it as a background stressor everyone has. There's the madness. Now there's a spectrum of brain function. Not everybody has the same brain function. Not everybody is Rambo times 10 in the face of torture. In this case, psychological, social, economic, political, cultural, racial, you name it, torture. People are being tortured. And some people are tougher than others. Now, if you really think it through, who's more likely to lash out? The tough guy or the pushover? The pushover is like, okay, guys, I just don't want any problems. Okay, he's not going to do shit. That sucks, man. That sucks. They're not going to do shit. But the tougher guys, I'm like, oh, yeah? Well, then I'm going to do this. And that's how they describe the psycho. The psychopath and the regular tough guy have a lot of things in common. The psychopath likes to describe things as, well, they did this, so I'm going to do this. Okay, well, he stole my bike, so I fucking fucked him up. Okay, he stole this, so I did this, right? And there's no room for discussion. Okay, he said, well, people got to learn in life. Yeah, and they start getting mad if you push them about it. That's a common psychopathic trait. Okay, but it's also to some degree a tough guy's trait. Tough guys, one of the differences is you can explain it to them why they're wrong, and they'll eventually concede your point. They'll be like, okay. So we see society expressing a lot of psychopathic traits, and it's trickled down from the people who get the chicks who they say are out of your league. Now, if this guy had gotten laid right before that happened, you think he would have done it? No. Now, am I saying that it's just because he didn't get laid? No. But is it part of it? Yes. Am I saying everyone shot chicks to sleep with everyone? No. But should they have a valid moral scale? Yes. If you're being rejected because a chick is dating, it prefers psychopathic CEOs and the bootlicking bitches that roll with them, you're right to want to lash out. If someone's shooting at you, you're right to want to shoot them. If the government is using military-grade psychology to cheat you out of everything, you're right to want to lash out. Period. Who, what, when, where, how, why? So why did this guy do this? Because you gave him every reason to fucking do it, and then there's personal problems on top of that. Hello, who would have thought? The movie falling down. Hello, wake up, America. Your left-right paradigm, your libertarian party, etc. They're all bullshit. Trump, okay, Antifa, Biden, it's all bullshit. It's not just, well, it's just the other side's bullshit. You're all full of shit. That by itself makes someone want to lash out. Romantic injustice, economic injustice, social injustice. People will not rally to the top martial artist ever who has a solid argument as to why he's the most righteous person ever possible. And even if you don't know that's going on, you see the bad judgment in attractive women. You see the bad judgment in the voters, in society. And if you're not brain dead, you want to lash out. Let me give you an example. I'll end it here. And please subscribe. I'm going to go over this case more in the future. If you're hooked to a machine, okay, and you're being pumped with drugs, sedatives, you're not going to want to lash out. Does that mean that you have the normal human response? No. That means you're drugged. I'm drugged up. I'm not very angry right now. That doesn't mean shit. If I hit you in the head with a fucking hammer and you're like, duh, seeing stars, so to speak, and you don't lash out, does that mean it's the normal response? No. If you're some bootlicking coward who gets a kick out of torturing people, I accept evil as my new age philosophy, and you don't lash out, does that mean you have the normal response? No. Society is rigged where people who are more normal are more likely to lash out. Does that mean that guy was a normal guy? No. But does it mean that fucking on some level a psycho of sorts is aware that the normal guy would also be pissed? Yes. And until you fix that, you're all part and parcel. You're all to blame for these people being killed because you will not rally to me. You will not insist on a logical war on poverty plan. So there's a lot of bullshit that exists because for pennies on the dollar, for $1 a month, we could end homelessness in a timely fashion in this country. But you people won't do this. For $1 a month from every tax-paying citizen, okay, and a higher amount of tax for millionaires. A millionaire, $25 a month or so, $40 a month. That's nothing to a millionaire. But you won't do it. With a surplus in California, we could easily wipe out homelessness in California for less than $10 billion, and there's like a $100 billion surplus, and they won't do it. We could fund startup companies and make a better economy. We could change the school system. They won't do it. You think people miss this subconsciously? We don't miss it. When I was going to boarding school, I didn't miss that boarding school is fucking horrible. It's like a psychological torture chamber. I didn't miss the reform school and the wilderness behavior modification program. We don't miss it. We have lots of movies, lots of songs, lots of points of references, lots of YouTube channels. We don't miss that society is cruel, sick, and evil. And the normal response to a world full of cruel, sick, and evil people is to fucking kill them. Okay? Now you people have to fix your world. Okay? And stop blaming the people who are smart enough to lash out. And yes, I'm going to say that because it should be said. Am I saying you should kill somebody? No. Okay? But do I blame you if you do? Hell no. Hell the fuck no. I do not blame you if you kill people. It's not going to get you into heaven. It's not morally precise, per se, depending on the situation. But I don't blame you. Because people are fucking sick. And they refuse to get together for what's right. And every day all over America, they get together for what's wrong. You people are sick, sick, sick. And your mental health system is sick. And no one is helping you. I'm the only one who can help you. I'm the only one talking sense.